Hey there tech fans, Rick here again from the OREI team with an overview of the UHD-IPC165-K HDMI extension kit. This product was engineered to make it incredibly simple for you to share all of your HDMI media content with a second remote location up to 165 feet away over a single Cat6 or Cat7 LAN cable. The product fully supports 4K ultra high definition media content and is both HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 2.2 compliant. The kit includes a set of infrared blasters that will collect up the remote control signals from both locations and share those across that same LAN connection so you have complete control over the content you're distributing. The transmitter module features a local loopback functionality that allows you to enjoy the content here while you're simultaneously broadcasting it to your remote location. And the remote receiver module features audio extraction capabilities that will actually strip the audio from the media content and allow you to pass that along to a soundbar for better quality audio. Now, as part of this overview, I always like to start with an unboxing of a product just to show you everything that's included with the kit, and then I'll take a closer look at the transmitter and receiver modules and explain the connections and indicators. I'll list the features and functions the product provides, and then finally I'll come back and actually demonstrate how simple this product will be to use with your own equipment. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first open up the box, you'll find the transmitter module and the receiver module, a set of brackets you can use to mount these modules up off the ground and out of the way. You'll find two infrared blaster modules, one for the receiver and one for the transmitter, and a set of power supplies. These are 5-volt DC 1 amp power supplies, and that's all the power you'll need for the module. You'll also find a full instruction manual that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and other details you'll need to understand about the product to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at both modules, I'll list the features and functions, and then I'll dive into the demonstration. Inside the kit, you'll find a transmitter module and a receiver module, as well as a set of brackets you can use to mount both of these modules up off the ground and out of the way. You'll also find a set of infrared blasters. One is labeled infrared in, which plugs into the receiver, and one labeled infrared out, which plugs into the transmitter. There are also two power supplies. These are standard 5-volt 1 amp DC power supplies. You'll plug this end into any standard wall outlet, and the other end has a barrel connection on it which plugs into the back of the module and provides all the power you'll need for operation. You'll also find a full instruction manual that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and other details you'll need to understand about the product to use it correctly. Now we'll take a closer look at the modules. Both modules feature full metal enclosures which make them incredibly durable and help to minimize any outside interference from causing issues with the electronics inside. I'll start with the transmitter module. On the side, you'll find mounting holes that can be used with the included bracketing kit to mount this up off the ground and out of the way. On the one end, starting on the left, you'll find a reset button. That can be used to reset the module if needed. You'll hold that in for a couple of seconds. It'll force a reboot of the module. To the right of that is a LAN port, and that's where you'll connect your Cat6 or Cat7 cable between the transmitter and the receiver. To the right of that is an infrared out port, and that's used with the blaster kit. You'll plug the one in that's labeled infrared out and plug it in right there. To the right of that is a power indicator. When you add power to this module, it starts a brief internal self-test where it checks all the electronics to make sure they're working okay. When it passes that test, it'll light that LED, letting you know the module's ready to use. On the other end, you'll find a DC input port. That's where you'll plug the power supply in. Again, one end plugs into a wall outlet. The other end has a barrel connector which plugs in right there. To the right of that are two HDMI ports labeled HDMI in and HDMI out. The HDMI in port is connected to whatever media device you'd like to share the content from with your remote location. The HDMI out port is for enabling the local loopback where you can enjoy the content here that you're simultaneously broadcasting to your secondary location. And to do that, you'll connect an HDMI cable from here to a local monitor to enjoy that content. The receiver is very similar. Again, holes on the side for the mounting brackets, a reset button to reset the module if needed. There's another LAN port right here, and that's where the other end of the cable from the transmitter plugs in. There's an infrared in port right here, and again, make sure you use the right infrared blaster, and you'll plug it in right there. Power indicator, once it passes the power on self-test, it'll light that, letting you know the module's functional. On the other side, you'll find a DC input port. That's used with the second power supply. To the right of that is an HDMI output port, and that's where you'll connect the monitor at the remote location to enjoy that content. And finally, to the far right of that is an analog 3.5mm output port, where this unit can actually extract the audio from the media stream being sent here, and you can pass that along to a soundbar by using that port right there. 3.5mm stereo plug from here to your soundbar or audio amplifier to pick up the best quality audio. The OREI UHD-IPC165-K is compatible with a wide range of modern HDMI media sources, including streaming devices, DVD players, game consoles, computer systems, and cable boxes. The product's features include full support of 4K ultra-high definition media content. You can extend the distance between your primary and secondary sites up to 165 feet. It is both HDMI 2.0A and HDCP 2.2 compliant. It provides local loopback of content at the primary site so you can enjoy that content while you simultaneously broadcast it to your remote location. At the remote location, audio extraction capabilities are built into the receiver that allow you to pass the audio from the media stream being distributed along to a soundbar for better quality audio. Now I'll show you the connections you'll need to make to use this product with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up a small media player that's currently looping a video, and this represents my primary location where I'm enjoying the content today that I'd like to share with the remote location. Over here I've set up a monitor. This represents my remote location where I'd like to enjoy the content from the primary site. These can be up to 165 feet apart, again over a CAT6 or a CAT7 cable. In front of me I have the transmitter module here and the receiver module here. Now the first set of connections I'll make are to the transmitter module, and I'll start by connecting the media source into the HDMI input port on the transmitter. I've already connected up an HDMI cable to the media player, and I'll plug that into the HDMI input port on the transmitter. Now I can add power over here. I've already plugged the power supply in, and I'll plug that into the DC port on the back. Now the minute I add power to the transmitter, it immediately starts an internal power and self-test to check all the electronics to make sure they're working okay. It's also checking the resolution of the media source to make whatever adjustments are needed to send the best possible picture downstream to my remote location. Now we can connect up the receiver module. And again, I've got an HDMI cable connected to this monitor, and I'll plug that into the HDMI output port in the receiver. And I can add power to this one as well. Second power supply is already plugged in, and it's a barrel connection. And again, once I add power to the receiver, now this starts a power on self-test, checking the internal electronics. It's also checking the resolution of the monitor. So when I make the LAN connection between them, they can handshake, and the receiver can let the transmitter know what kind of resolution it can actually display. Now the only connection we're missing at this point is the LAN connection between them. And again, it can be 165 feet away, has to be a CAT6 or a CAT7 cable. I have a CAT6 cable right here. It's a nice short one, and I'll use this for the connection. You'll notice the LED is blinking over here, and that's indicating it doesn't see that LAN connection from the transmitter. So the minute I plug this in, you'll see the activity increase on the receiver, because what's happening right now is the receiver and the transmitter are talking over that LAN connection. They're doing a handshake to communicate the resolution it can display, the resolution of the media content, and eventually once that handshake is done, it'll actually start transmitting the content across that LAN cable to the remote location. This initial setup might take a few seconds for all of the handshaking and adjustments to take place, but once that finishes, the content from over here will be sent across that LAN cable and displayed on this monitor. And there you go. That's the video that's playing over here, again, 165 feet away from the receiver module, and it really is just that simple to get it working. I hope you found this overview of the OREI UHD-IPC165-K HDMI extension kit helpful. This product makes it incredibly easy for you to share any of your HDMI media content with a second remote location up to 165 feet away over a single CAT6 or CAT7 LAN cable. The product fully supports 4K ultra-high definition media content and is both HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 2.2 compliant. The inclusion of the infrared blaster kits gives you complete control over the content you're distributing to that secondary location. Other features include the local loopback functionality on the transmitter side that will allow you to enjoy the content here while you're simultaneously broadcasting it to your remote location. The receiver features audio extraction capabilities that will allow you to pass the audio that's being sent to that location along to a soundbar for better quality audio. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks for watching.